I want to talk to you about premature menopause. Menopause at young age. And this is really important to me because I got a huge amount of women around the world asking me, I don't know whether I'm having the menopause or not, I am too young. And in these days, I think a high percentage of women are having the menopause at very early age. And that's due to food and some other symptoms and things we have to go through in our lives in these days. But before that, before I explain what can cause you a premature menopause or a young age menopause, let's talk about the most important thing. At the end of this video, you will understand your body more and you will understand whether you are going through that early menopause or not. But let me say, I got a solution, I got a help for you. Menopause 14T for all the physical menopause symptoms. And I got menopause emotional support 12T for the emotional symptoms. Now, you're looking at me and you're saying, what are you talking about? Well, I'll explain to you that when you're going through the menopause, hormones, your estrogen and progesterone hormones are going to change. They are going to go to very low levels, and that will affect you emotionally and physically. For that reason, today I'm introducing to you the most beautiful, natural, and 100% help that is going to get rid of all your physical and emotional symptoms if you are starting your menopause. For that reason, I want to do this video to answer all these questions asking me, I'm going through the menopause, I'm very young. So let's talk about that. Now, most women reach menopause between the ages of 45 and 55. That's the percentage. That's what it should be. But with the average age being around 51 to be more realistic. So if you are going towards your 50, 51, 52, that should be the age to have the menopause. However, about 1% of women experience menopause before the age of 40 years old. This is known as a premature menopause. Menopause between 41 and 45 of years old, and also some women can experience the menopause on the 30s, and this is an early menopause. I've been searching about this quite a lot, and I started to be keen about this because I got too many questions. Actually, I'm quite overwhelming about the amount of women out there who are trying to reach out for me, asking me, Elizabeth, I'm so young, I've been watching your videos, or my mom or my grandma, they went through the menopause, and now I think I'm having the menopause, but I'm too young. Is that possible? Of course it's possible. So let's talk what are the symptoms, the main symptoms that are going to make you identify if you are having an early menopause. So for example, you might have early menopause if you are having vaginal dryness. Now, when we are young, our flora in our vaginas is quite delicate. So if you and your partner are having sex and there is infections or maybe the temperature, it's a lot of factors that can affect the vaginal flora. But this is a very specific dryness that it makes the tissues in your vagina to be more less flexible, and you feel that it's getting thinner. The walls of the vagina are getting thinner. So that's a main thing to realize that you're going through the menopause. That's one of the symptoms. Another symptoms that it can help you to understand if you're having a early menopause or premature menopause is the bladder, and it's some kind of irritability or loss of yes, it's like you don't have control over your bladder anymore. It's like we are too young and we are like hang on, I just can't control my bladder, I need to go to the toilet straight away. And it's quite dramatic. That's another, you might have been experiencing this. Another thing is, if we go towards emotions, is a lot of irritability and a lot of emotional changes, like mood swings, and they can lead you to several sadness or depression. So I think women were very sensitive, but when you are starting at early menopause, remember we are talking today about premature menopause, it's just unusual. All these mood swings, it's just extremely unusual because they start to happen quite often, and we notice that, like, hang on, I just was okay and I'm sad, I don't know where the place was going on with me, and it's just quite dramatic, the changes. Another thing you might have experiencing is sleeplessness. So it's difficult to sleep. There are different reasons why you cannot sleep well. You can be tired, working too much, maybe you don't have enough iron in your body, enough minerals such as zinc or magnesium. So it's important that you take iron. I recommend liquid iron, which is absorbed in a better way for the body, or zinc before you go to bed, and maybe stress. But this sleepiness starts to be quite frequently. I mean, just not one night, 2 nights, 1 week, just weeks without sleep. So that's one of the things. And another thing that you can just pay attention is to decrease sex drive. So your sexual life just starts to be less and less and less because you are not in the mood, and that's natural. So now, in addition to all these symptoms that I had just mentioned to you, if you are under the age of 40 and you are experiencing like dramatic changes in your bleeding when you're having your periods, it's nice to go to the doctor, and you got to go to the doctor to have some kind of test. So there are 2 tests your doctor will have to know if you are having an early menopause. So it's a blood test, and then with this blood test he can just see the conditions of your estrogen levels. So when your estrogen levels go down, they decrease, your doctor can see this in this blood test. It's a very specific blood test. And another test you can go through is the with the blood test is something called FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. So when your estrogen levels drop, the FSH goes up, and that's really easy to understand through your blood. So just go to the doctor, have a nice chat with your doctor and say, I've been experiencing this vagina dryness, my bladder is not doing what I want to do, and also I got dry skin, your skin gets very dry, your eyes get very dry, your mouth gets very dry. So remember, this dryness is a main symptom of a premature menopause. And the other things we spoke about, not sleeping well, a decreased sex drive, and especially pay attention to your skin and the eyes and the mouth. All this is a condition. But a lot of women, they can go through the menopause for some specific reasons. For example, if you went through cancer and you have a lot of chemotherapy, that can cause you to have a premature menopause. Another thing, because of the radiation, so it will change everything relating to your hormones and ovaries. So that might get you to have a very premature or early menopause. Another thing is if you have something called autoimmune disorder. This is something you can get through your family, so you can speak with members of your family if they have something like that. Another thing is you have issues with your thyroid. Remember, the thyroid gland is the most important gland in our bodies because it helps to function all our organs in some kind of level. So you have issues with the thyroid. You can feel like you are very active. You want to be active all the time, but not in a normal way. Or you are very slow, or you are losing weight dramatically, or you are putting on weight, gaining weight dramatically too. Another issue could be the Graves' disease. Another issue could be lupus. That can cause a premature menopause, And another thing you can have is if you are trying to get pregnant for at least a year and you have difficulties getting pregnant, it means that you might have an early menopause. So just be alert to all these symptoms, and then the best one, as I said before, go to the doctor and get this blood test, and then you will find out for sure if you are going through the menopause. Now, I think in these days, around more than 40–50% women are having a very early menopause, a premature menopause, and that's related. I think we are not having the quality of food we used to have, the pollution, the stress. There's a lot of cancer out there. We are not really eating healthy. I mean, the amount of chemicals we are eating through our food and the environment is quite high. So it's a massive amount of young women having a very early menopause, a premature menopause. So just pay attention to this. And now, what I want to tell you, if you go into my website, menopausepositive.com, you will find a lot of information, a lot of advice and tips, what's going on with the menopause, and the most important thing, the solution for it. So if you think that after watching this video and you have more than 2 or 3 symptoms I just spoke about earlier, go to the doctor and ask for a test for this, and in that test it says positive for having a premature menopause. I want you to know that I can help you. I've been helping a lot of women around the world, and they're so happy because quite a lot of the alternatives to help you to go through the menopause, they have really negative side effects, and you don't need to put yourself through this uncomfortable situation because your body, your internal organs, your mental health and your emotional health will pay a massive price for it. So now I go through you. If you are starting with early menopause, this is the right time. It doesn't matter in which stage you are, or it doesn't matter what are your age, background, doesn't matter. I got this beautiful Menopause 14 tea with 14 treatments combined and proven together to help you to get rid of the main menopause physical symptoms, which are hot flashes, they are also intense sweats and mood swings. They're the main ones, but this is enough just to have a hard time. But also there are a lot and massive lists of menopause symptoms. You will have issues with your breasts, your vagina, your skin, everything, your sleeping, your hair, absolutely everything. Every single organ in your body will be affected by this. And this tea is helping women across the world, everywhere, are feeling much better with any symptoms they might be experiencing at the moment. It's just beautiful. You just take a cup of tea, buy a beautiful cup for you, and just instead of taking coffee and alcohol, or try to go less with it, just prepare yourself 3 cups of tea a day. Have it, and in 10 days, you will notice a massive difference. Yes, because most of women, they told that they have a menopause and they start to have these hot flashes now, pretty uncomfortable, and then they finish the menopause and they still carry on having the hot flashes for years. Imagine 20, 15, 17 years having the hot flashes. I got women at 60, 65, 17 writing to me, I still got hot flashes, and that's too much. So no worries, just have this amazing tea. It will help you with all the physical symptoms of the menopause. And as I told you before, I got the emotional support tea. So what happens is, if you're going through the menopause too, it's not just physical, you will have all these emotional mood swings, and you will go into depression, sadness, and a lot of issues with your emotions. It's just overwhelming, the menopause. And I got a beautiful mixture of herbs and homeopathic treatment. So what I love about this, I just not gathering here. I just didn't put together the most powerful herbs from Mother Nature to help you with the menopause, but it's a combination with homeopathic treatments. Very unusual. You won't find this anywhere else. It's just really beautiful. It does what it says, and it will help you to get rid of all these uncomfortable symptoms that are going to make you have very, very, oh God, it's just the menopause is just one of the hardest things we have to face as a woman. But you are not alone, and you don't have to suffer anymore. So I got the 2 amazing teas, and then another thing is a lack of sleeping. You are going to sleep really well when you are having the menopause. So with a group of herbalists and homeopaths, we just not developed the teas, we have developed menopause insomnia to help you to sleep and to release the stress. Natural, beautiful, no side effects. And besides that, remember, one of the things you are going to notice is the change in your skin. It's going to get extremely dry, and because it's dry, you're going to get a lot of wrinkles, and we don't want to look old. So we developed also this Menopause 15 face and neck treatment, and it's just natural, 100%. If you go into my website and you click each product, you will find what are the ingredients and why they are going to help you one by one to get better, to find that balance and that radiance again in your life. When you are going through the menopause, you don't know where are you anymore. Just one of the most confusing things for your body and your emotions. And remember, you might be now having a premature menopause, so it's the right time to start to look after yourself. I can cover all the symptoms with these amazing treatments. Now, just click the link below, go into my website, have a look. I got plenty of tips and advice. Thank you for watching me. Have a lovely day and keep in touch with me. Bye.